So the subject is, with this particular law...
Whenever you... Whenever you see a nigga scratching their head, man, they nervous, man. When I was a kid, man, and I used to lie, I used to get this little prickly feeling in my scalp, and I used to scratch it. You a lying nigga, Nate. When I look at you, man, you gotta watch this dude's his mannerisms and he's not sure what he's saying, man. This dude and Gehenna and the rest of them, Prophet 613 and all these dudes, they weren't sure of the things that they were saying. And you can see it in his countenance, man. You can see it. But I'm gonna play this video, man. This shit is comical.
You can't buy or sell. Can somebody tell me what a radio frequency chip has to do with that? A radio frequency identification is meant as what? A GPS. To find location. Where's my dog? A sister wrote me and said, my dog has an RFID chip. I said, well, maybe he can go buy some land for you. Simple as hell. A radio...
He said, simple as hell. We're going to find out who's simple. We're going to find out who's the simple one, all right? See, what they do, man, they try to belittle us over here at GMS. But our work speak for themselves, man. Our work speaks for itself. You know, you can't belittle the truth. You can't, and that's calling people simple. But we gonna find out who is simple. All right. Look at it. It reminds me of a little kid, man.
Identification chip is like you can find the location of whoever.
He thought he had the joke of the year. Nigga thought he told the joke of the year. So I'm gonna go into these couple of documents to show you that the RFID chip is more than just identification. All right. It's more than to go put it in your dog and have your dog buy some lamb. Dude it was funny. That was funny. All right. Now in 2009, the company Verichip teamed up with another company called Steel Vault. Now with Steel Vault, the company what it specializes in is their specialty is identity theft. All right. Now with this acquisition of this this other company, what it did was it made the Verichip from being just a medical device to transfer it into a financial device also. Why? Because when you steal somebody's identity, what are you trying to do? What you do? You might sign up for a phone. You might have your cable bill underneath somebody else's identity. It's always about money. When you steal somebody's identity, you don't steal it because you think they got a pretty name. You steal it because you want their money. You want to spend money some way somehow with their name. All right. So with the acquisition of this with Verichip teaming up with this company Steel Vault, what it did was it made that chip more than just a medical thing or a tracking device. It made it more than that, and now it made it a device where you can use it as far as money. All right. So it says here, this is 9/9/2009. All right. It says Verichip Corporation, Verichip, a provider of RFID systems for healthcare and patient-related needs. You see, so at first it was already right there. Verichip itself was more than a company that was used just for tracking. See, he took the word RFID and thought it was just a tracking device or an identification. But there's many forms of the RFID chip. There's RFID chips in credit cards. There's RFID chips in some clothing. They got RFID. There's all types of manufacturers for the RFID chip. The RFID chip is not specific to human needs. The Verichip company was the company that created the RFID chip for human specific needs, as far as healthcare and different things like that you as a person need. All right. It says it says a provider of RFID systems for healthcare and patient-related needs, and Steel Vault Corporation, a premier provider of identity security products and services, announced that Verichip has agreed to acquire Still Vault and form Positive ID. All right, now remember that name. So now it's not, Verichip is not known as that name anymore. It's not known as Verichip anymore. It goes by the name of Positive ID with the acquisition of the two companies being put together. To form Positive ID Corporation to offer identification tools and technologies for consumers and businesses. You know what? Since that Brother Adama's video got cut down, because the truth was fire. Since it got cut down, I want to go into that word consumer so we can see what that word means. All right. Let's see what a consumer is. Alright. Consumer. One that consumes, especially one that acquires goods or services for direct use or ownership rather than the resale or use in production and manufacturing. So there's when you that's for you, Gehenna. So when you're a consumer, it doesn't have anything to do with resale or manufacturing. So it doesn't matter about rubber and wood to make goods. It's talking about you. When you're a consumer, when you go to the grocery store and buy apples, I doubt he buys fruit. But when you go to the grocery store and buy whatever you buying those things as a consumer for you, not to resell it, not to manufacture or something. You're buying it as a consumer. All right. It says a heterotrophic organism that ingests other organisms and organic matter in a food chain. For instance, something that eats something. When you eat food, you're consuming food. You're consuming it. So it can mean either one. But for financial purposes, for the purpose of money and buying things, the consumer, we can all agree that it's talking about this first definition. One that consumes, especially one that acquires goods or services for direct use or ownership rather than for resale or use in production and manufacturing. So I'm going to go back to this article here. It says, I'm going to start at the top again. It says, Verichip Corporation, a provider of RFID systems for healthcare and patient-related needs, and Still Vault Corporation, Still Vault, a premier provider of identity security products and services, announced that Verichip has agreed to acquire Still Vault and form Positive ID Corporation to offer identification tools and technologies for consumers and businesses. So the RFID chip is more than just identification and a tracking device for your dog. It says, in conjunction with the merger, Verichip plans to change its name to Positive ID and continue to trade on the NASDAQ. Positive ID intends to change its ticker symbol to PSID upon closing of the transaction. The formation of Positive ID represents the convergence of a pioneer in personal health records. So already personal health records is also talking about, for instance, with this RFID chip, what they're going to do, your insurance information is going to be on there. Your health records are going to be on there. As far as if this person is a diabetic, if this person is if he's allergic to any medications, that information is going to be on that computer chip. All right. It says Verichip, with a leader in the identity security space, Still Vault, focus on access and security of a consumer's critical data. For instance, you think they scan your your driver's license in the liquor store because they want to check how old you are. They scan that so they can keep track of the liquor you buy, or if it, and then you get an email or in the mail, do you need help because you're an alcoholic or whatever. That's why they scan that, so they can keep track of your consumption habits. And it says it here. I'm gonna read it again. It says, with a leader in the identity security space, Still Vault, focus on access and security of a consumer's critical data. So to